right, we got a Viper.
Yes.
It's red, so everyone can see us coming.
It's definitely bright.
And it's got side-mounted exhaust so they can hear us coming as well.
This is the Viper GTS, which is a little bit, you know, as you would expect, a little bit sportier. This has a few of the options on it. First of all, 295 series tire in the back and the front, 355 in the rear. 355. I think that's the biggest street tire you can possibly get. I'm not sure if there's anything bigger than that, but
I don't believe from a factory there's anything bigger than a 355 coming on a car.
And this thing will just tear them up. This thing is, you know, 640 horsepower, 600 pound-feet of torque. The GTS model has 2-mode suspension and 5 different levels of traction control, including completely off.
Well, I was just driving this car around trying to practice my heel toe, and I realized I have the same problem with my race cars, which is I slide the seat back, and when I say slide, I mean unbolt it and rebolt it as far back as I can possibly get it, but it's against a bulkhead. It's like against a firewall in the rear, so
you can only go so far.
It's only going so far back, and then adjust the pedals. But I realized part of my excuses with the heel toe is my knees are bent, and it's hard doing the brake.
To do that roll.
That roll with the bend in the knee. It makes you stab at the brake too hard. I would be much happier with my legs extended a little more as far as the heel toe action rather than the bent knee heel toe action, and I could feel it in this car because I think I got the seat all the way back, and I'm a little bit long for this car.
We might be able to move the pedals down. I know it's got adjustable pedals, and I haven't, you know, messed around with it too much, but
well, we thought it'd be fun to practice a little heel toe before we get in the race car. The brake's a little stabby. If you're driving behind me, you got to think something's up.
Like that guy doesn't know when he's driving a Viper.
Yeah, right.
Hollywood guys.
But it's fun, and you know, I will say, as much muscle memory as I can get out of the heel toe and drive this car, the shift pattern is backwards.
For the race car.
For the race car. Yeah. So I'm probably doing more harm than good getting used to driving this car around.
I guess just focus on rolling the foot.
But the hands, all right. Anyway, I haven't driven a stick in a long time.
Yeah, because you're not driving my Jetta.
Yeah, this car, well, I can't handle, I haven't advanced to that level. The car's great for heel toe practice because you can go down the street and get it into 4th gear at 40 miles an hour because it's got so much low-end torque that you don't have to wind it up, in other words.
You can practice just heel toe, just going from stop sign to stop sign.
Yeah, and like I said, in this car, because it's got a truck engine in it, you can just literally get it into 5th gear just going down side streets. It's got so much torque, you could probably start in 5th gear.
Well, it's a big improvement over the previous models for sure, but it's not a 100% clean sheet of paper design. I mean, it still feels a little bit race car-ish, and you're still a little cramped on the inside.
Yeah, and it's like, look, it's one of those cars that is what it is, which is to say, and it sort of is what it is to a car, sort of like when you repeat the person's name. You know, I always go, it's like this. Chris Loxamana, salt of the earth, great guy. Jeff, no better guy to go on a road trip with. Matt DeAndrea, yeah, Matt's Matt. Yeah, he's Matt. He's just not gonna. He's gonna be Matt. That's me not calling you an asshole.
Yeah,
but
no, I got it. I felt asshole.
You felt good.
Right there.
This car is a car I would never buy, but I would also say that bang for your buck, if you want to beat almost anything around Laguna Seca in a timed lap, this is it.
Yeah. It's definitely purpose built.
It should not be anyone's first car, maybe not even their second, but if you want to just have some brute horsepower fun, if your thing is, look at me, I got the biggest balls on the block, or the smallest ones, I don't know. If you want to just go out and have some fun, this is a pretty good way to do it.
Well, you know, the time of muscle cars, let's take a look at the engine, where everything was just make a lightweight car and add a whole bunch of cubic inches. This is pretty much the only car left that does that. 8.4 liters, tons of horsepower, tons of torque, and they've added a bunch of carbon fiber, some magnesium, lightweight materials throughout, aluminum. So this car weighs 3,400 pounds.
Right.
I mean, in today's modern day cars of airbags and everything else, 3,400 seems still kind of light to me.
Yeah, with an S load of
And with an
torque
engine that
horsepower.
big. And it's 50-50 weight ratio front to rear, so it's balanced. I mean, it's definitely a car that you have a great time at the track with.
Well, why don't you fire it up? Oh, is this the hood release here?
Yeah, the hood release is in the vent there. It took me a second to find that.
second to go online.
The problem with the side exhaust is you still only hear 5 of the 10 cylinders.
Still only hear what?
You only hear 5 of the 10 cylinders from one side of the car, you know?
Wow, that's healthy.
If that was only 5 cylinders on your microphone, then it's pretty ballsy. But.
Right. All right, so it's the Viper GTS. It's 2014.
Yep. So they start at like 120-something thousand. When you throw in the Alcantara headliner and the leather and the GTS package, this one's 140.
And tell me if you're working at a Dodge dealership and I come in and I say, I looked at the vet, now I'm looking at this, why should I get this car?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a good thing I don't work for Dodge. I
think basically, look, I'll be working at the Dodge dealership. You come up and ask me.
Okay, here you go. I've been looking at the Corvette, and now I'm looking at the Viper. What should I get?
Well, look, at the end of the day, everything's got 550 plus horsepower. Everything kicks ass. I mean, these things are getting around a track faster than an F1 car was from the 70s, you know? I mean, everything works. I'm not gonna, hey, the Vet's a great car.
Yeah.
I start with the complimenting.
No, I got you. I got you.
The Vet's a great car. But here's the thing. You go down to Cars and Coffee in Irvine on a Sunday morning, you're gonna see 20 Vets there. You may be the only guy pulling up in a Viper.
That's true.
At a certain point, it's about exclusivity.
No, keep going.
Exclusivity.
There you go.
That's what I wanted to say.
I didn't want to correct you. It was more fun this way.
Exclusivity. So look, the Vet kicks ass.
Yeah.
This car kicks ass. Hey, a Porsche Turbo kicks ass. They all kick ass. But every guy on your block is driving one of those Vets.
Yeah.
You'll be the only guy driving the lime green. I got one tucked away just for you. Viper.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, everything's great, everything works, everything kicks ass. You'll never drive this car to its limits. The guy who owns the Vet is not going to get it to the Nürburgring and drive it to the limits. It's about how you feel when you fire up this car. 10 cylinders, that's got 8. This must be 20% better.
Yes, it is. I think it's one of the only real like raw muscle cars today, given all the rules we have to throw out in modern day cars.
Right.
So in that respect, I like it a lot.
All right, so until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Matt the Moderator, DeAndrea saying keep the air in the spare and the bag in the wheel.